I coach because it's an addiction at this point. I never thought I would be a coach. I never envisioned myself being in this role. But leaving the sport, certainly I felt like I had specific knowledge and a lot of motivation to continue putting performances together on the platform. And so if that wasn't by me as an athlete, it was going to be, through me as a coach. And so, watching Wes progress and do some of the things that I always knew were possible in the sport but never could achieve myself has been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling endeavors that I could possibly imagine. And so at this point, I am all in. I'm addicted. I'm emotionally invested. I'm financially invested. This is 3 weeks away from my wife and children, so it's a very difficult commitment to make, but it's one that I couldn't imagine not having in my life at this point.
I don't know. I don't know how my family looks at and thinks about weightlifting. I think they are starting to figure out, or probably last year, I guess they started realizing it was at a pretty high level. But it's not something that they're used to or they've seen a lot of. They just know they've got a strong, strong nephew or kid, or they know I work out a lot and I'm pretty decent at it. I don't think they realized until last year that this was like an international thing at potentially an Olympic level. So, they think it's pretty cool and they're definitely happy for me.
2018, the feature has really been just making sure that his jerk is now bulletproof. So, if you watch the progression of Wes as a lifter from just a pure skill standpoint, the first thing we wanted to do was really make sure that his snatch was as good as it could be. And then from there, moving towards rounding out some of those imbalances that he had and making sure that the clean was as strong as it could be. And then finally, putting together the jerk. So the jerk is the most technical of the 3 exercises. It requires the most strength, the most timing, the most courage, and the most maturity. And so that has now come along, and I could not be more excited to watch him jerk at this World Championships, because you're going to see a different, more stable, more confident version of Wes Kitts when he stands up from that clean.
In 2018, the thing I've improved on the most is definitely the jerk. Something that has been an issue in the past. I've taken it to a point where, it might be the best part of my movement now in the clean and jerk. I went 222 on the clean and jerk, and I haven't really tested more than that, except for one attempt at 227 in the jerk, but it didn't go. But not anyways, the jerk was something that I had struggled with. It took me a while to feel and figure out, and I went to work on it. I took a lot of reps. I added jerks to my training when it wasn't programmed, and I tried to learn and watch and figure out what these great lifters do that gives them these huge jerks, and I tried to figure that out for myself. So a lot of it was feel, a little bit of it was technique, and it's just weightlifting is one of those things where if you want to fix something, you just have to go to work on it, all aspects. There's not any one thing that's going to be a magic trick. You really have to, you have to learn about the movement, and then you have to incorporate it. So, no shortcuts. Gotta go to work if you want to get any improvements in any of your lifts. But the jerk was definitely something I needed to work on, and we did, and now it's been great since Pan Am's.
Well, the difference between coaching at the national level and coaching at the international level is pretty drastic. I think that going up against the caliber of coaches from other countries, seasoned competitors, from the coaching standpoint, running the cards, making tactical calls, it's a whole nother league. So being sharp and being prepared is really important. Also aggregating a lot of the data, that stuff is available to us when we work towards international competitions. So we know what competitors have posted in terms of their totals from the Asian Games and from the European Championships. Stakes are higher, the coaching quality is much better, and the information is more transparent. So we can start strategizing well in advance to produce a good outcome.
For anybody that wants to participate at this level, it's a huge commitment. It's a huge time commitment. It's mentally draining and tough, and it can be a financial burden as well. So it's not easy. It's a long, hard road, and you have to want to do it for the right reasons. If your heart's not really in it, if you don't really love the sport and the craft, then it's hard to master. It's hard to really take it to this level if you're not all in. So if you're in the point in your life where you want to take that step and you want to go all in, do it. Don't hold back, because you only get one shot at this life. So you got to go all out, while you're young, while you can, and make it count. And if it doesn't work out, if you don't make it to that level, it's fine. Just you can keep training, keep lifting, and just know, you just fill out your road, fill out your path. But definitely, if you want to be on the international stage, you got to make it a big part of your life, and just be ready for the sacrifices that come with that.
The biggest hurdles that we've had to overcome in 2018 is just being patient and waiting for these big anchor dates in our calendar. So, 2018 only has us featuring Wes at the Pan Am Championships and then at the World Championships. So he just gets 2 opportunities to showcase what we've been training for all year long. And so, preparing him, keeping him motivated, keeping his eye on the prize, all while, knowing that this is an important landmark, but ultimately our goal is to medal at the Olympics in 2020. So how do we stay motivated and keep these anchor dates prioritized while keeping in mind the true long-term goal is to be at our best in 2020.
My first World Championships was an amazing experience. Just being in front of the home crowd for a World Championship was awesome. I made it into the A session, and it was really cool to compete at such a high level and to do it in front of the United States citizens. And then, being able to have a good day, break my American record snatch, and then go on and clean and jerk something I'd not done in competition yet was really good, and it meant a lot to me. It felt good to have that meet, put those numbers together for it. So it was just an awesome experience all around.